Hey, Mortgage Coach community, Dave Savage here, and today I am interviewing Michelle Bobart. What's up, Michelle?
How are you? Good morning.
Good morning to you. So you are in Chicago, right?
I am.
Yeah. Well, we can't quite see the view in the background, but thanks for making time to share how you're using Mortgage Coach and some ideas with our community. If you could just tell everybody a little bit about your mortgage practice, a little bit about your production levels, and then we'll get into some ideas for the Mortgage Coach community.
Sure. I've been in this business for, I guess, almost 20 years now. I think I'm coming on 20. I feel like I'm dating myself a little. So I've seen it all, done it all. I mean, it's been a great career stride. And so last year I closed out, I think, at about 104 million. We'll
Wow.
touch just about 100 this year, just under probably. A little light on the refis this year. But yeah, it's just been great. Most of pretty much all of my career has been downtown Chicago. So I am a condo guru by default. 80% of what I do are condos. So I have that extra little step in there, but yeah, we navigate it well. So yeah.
Yeah, obviously. Well, hey, if you're doing 104 million in production in downtown Chicago, you are killing it. I don't want to assume anything. Are most of your referrals come from realtors, and what are your different types of referral partners?
Sure. So I get a lot of past client referrals. I'd probably say 50% past client. And then next larger percentage would be realtors. Do have quite a nice network community here locally, and actually in a few other states I've branched out in. But and primarily, again, it's still Chicago. And then I love working with financial planners. It's just easy. They don't call you at 9 o'clock on Saturday and want you to pre-approve a client. So
Right.
they work a little more normal hours. So you get a little more balance with those folks. And then I would say we are a real estate attorney state. So you do close with a real estate attorney. So they're wonderful referrals. And then also CPAs. I get some from CPAs too. I just started really building out a new business pillar, and that would be corporate accounts. So really
Hmm.
working with local corporations and just kind of being their preferred lender, going in and doing different kind of lunch and learn strategy, engaging their employees, and just a free value add. So, and your mortgage coach is a great tool to do that.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, it sounds like you've got a very diverse business channel. Uh, Past clients, which is your core. Obviously, you have a great process and experience, or else you
Yep.
wouldn't do so much business and get so many referrals. Realtors, CPAs, financial planners, and corporate accounts. I'm looking forward
Mhm.
to hearing a little more about that. So, why do you use Mortgage Coach? How do you use Mortgage Coach? And we'll see where it goes from there.
Sure. So the company I'm with, Guaranteed Rate, really prides themselves on being absolute cutting edge with technology. So I think that the mortgage coach, I mean, gosh, you would be able to tell me better than myself, but I've probably at least been with your company over 15 years. I know since the early stages of my career. So yeah, so just as a really nice complement and blend to what the current platform that I operate off on, and it's just another wow factor, unique value proposition that I can just do a really polished presentation to my clients to separate me from if they're shopping a little bit, just having that extra edge, no pun intended,
Yes,
is
no, no pun taken.
is just a really nice thing. So, and I just get really positive feedback. They go, "Wow, this is cool." So, very engaging, very interacting. I think when you're doing the initial consultation, just the fact that when you're just kind of playing around with numbers and purchase prices and down payments, and for them to be able to see it live, and for me to make changes live, it just feels very personal. Obviously, gosh, I think 1 out of every 100 apps I take now, I'm doing live. I mean, everything is digital. I mean, the company's got everything's paperless. I mean, we're doing obviously DocuSign, so there's really never a need to see the client face to face. So I think your program just helps to enhance a little bit more of a personal touch.
Yeah, no, I love it. So let's just, really at a high level go through, your perfect process and where Mortgage Coach fits into that. And then I am going to want to know, what do you, when you're starting the Mortgage Coach conversation with the borrower, what does that script sound like? So that when they get the link, they're like, not what is this? They're like, oh, there's my blank, and do you call it a total cost analysis to your clients? What is the term you use as you describe it?
We use, I just, it's so funny. I have my template already. We use, I say a customized web analysis. So they know they're going to be interacting, they need the internet. So I say, you're going to be receiving your it just depends on, when we engage that. A lot of what my sales assistant and I like to do is we have that initial, we really try, as soon as we try and get to the, do an initial reach out to the client via email and a voicemail if we can't get them live, just to say hello and engage the conversation so they feel like they've been heard and they've got someone already working on their behalf. So we'll schedule a quick phone call, and I call it, we actually, Mortgage Coach and a lot of the folks that are subscribers call it the hopes and dreams call. So let's just call it that for lack of a better words. And we'll do that in the initial stages, just really get the brain dump from the client, let them do the majority of the talking, find out their goals, their timeline, and then we will direct them to our online application. We've got a pretty easy process there, so they'll do the basics on that. And then essentially my sales assistant and I will schedule a follow-up call. Their app will have been completed in the system. And so what I'll do is I'll hop on, my sales assistant's always on the call with me, so she's taking notes. And we'll have a mortgage coach prepared and ready to go. So I'll do the high-level strategy and just kind of talk through options, and just, again, making sure they're understanding and, what products, programs, and one of the big things I love about Mortgage Coach is a tax benefit analysis. Chicago is still a very affordable city as compared to the big cities, but, it's not cheap. I mean, homes are not cheap here. So, with rent escalations in my city, it's fantastic. So, because when you bring in the tax benefit, they go, whoa, I'm actually going to be saving money buying a home. So it's, especially for the millennials that are, have that tendency to want to rent. So it's really quite an eye opener. So we will, I'll walk them through the Mortgage Coach, answer any questions on the strategy, and then I'll wrap up and jump off the call, and my sales assistant will stay on and just help me clean up the app. If it's a complicated client, I'll do it myself. But if it's just a standard W-2 employee, she'll just kind of clean it up and make sure that they've uploaded their documents correctly in the queue in our document upload, and that's how we kind of do it on the front end.
Good. So you've got a great team experience. Your assistant inputs Mortgage Coach, so they do the setup work on that. Did I get that right?
She does. Yeah, she'll do quite a bit of it. I mean, again, if she's swamped, I'll jump in and do it. But she does. She does a lot of the setup, and then I'll just do, I'll just kind of do a quick review on pricing right before I hop on the call, just to make sure it's the way I want it. I might do it a week or two.
How much time do you think it takes you to do the setup and have the Mortgage Coach, and does it save you time, in the long run? If you could just speak to the timing part of things.
Yeah, I've been, I got the app add-on with Jungo, so it's quite fabulous. So I just hit the button, everything's downloaded, and so I just got to literally pop in interest rates. And I know you're also working with Optimal Blue to look at, make that transition too, which is even going to be, shave off even more time. So I would say, oh gosh, just a couple of minutes, because I have my double screen. So I literally have, I don't have to do any of the name or address entry. I'm just popping in their terms,
Yeah.
The rate.
So by the way, by the way, is the dual screen not the best innovation in how many years? How did we live before dual screens?
Seriously, like I look like a trader because I have like so many screens up, but it's fantastic. So it's a big difference. Yeah. So you just really quick, under 5 minutes. I should probably time that, but yeah, definitely under 5. It's really quick.
Okay. Well, I wanted to get that out because when I talk to loan officers that aren't using Mortgage Coach, sometimes they'll say, "Oh, it takes too long," and I'm like, "It's less than 5 minutes." And then I've done
Mhm.
interview after interview when you look at the time savings that you get in the sales process and
Yeah.
how well informed the clients are. It saves time. Again, we've got to make that case, and it's great to hear that you're using Jungo integration, and hopefully one of these days we get Optimal Blue turned on within the G-Rate platform. So let's wrap this up, but I want to ask one more question in terms of
Mhm.
how do you integrate Mortgage Coach into your partner conversation? So whether it's a realtor, a financial planner, you probably handle those way differently, but
Mhm.
but how do you use Mortgage Coach as a value prop with your referral partners?
I think really I use it in a few different ways. Especially when I'm meeting with a realtor for the first time, I like them to really understand what the client interface process looks like, that I'm going to be taking incredibly good care of their client. Just again, I always say a safe buyer is a buyer who feels safe will make offers, when they feel safe
Right.
around the numbers. So I just really, emphasize, I'll actually pull up a presentation, a rent to own analysis, so they can see and just use, again, real life scenarios, what the market rent is in the Gold Coast and Chicago, and then what their first 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom will look like, and just again walking them through it. And I mean, surprisingly, realtors don't even like the whole tax benefit conversation. They're not even. They go, oh wow, yeah, okay, this is great. And I also just say, I do that, and I really make sure that the client understands the tax benefit because it's their first place, they've got renter's brain, they got renter's mentality, they're looking at the rent as in comparison to their budget. And so I just kind of talk them through it and go, look, this is what you know you know if you're paying X number of dollars in rent, this is how much your mortgage conversion is. It's not apples to apples. You can go a little higher knowing that you're going to get your tax benefit, and just kind of walk them through that. So it basically, for a realtor, I think it just gives them that extra, to say, look, the client's going to want to start out here, but they know they can go up to, 450 if they need to, and still be within their parameters so that it's safe in their budget. So there's flexibility.
Love it. Love it. So everyone watching this, hopefully you got a takeaway. First of all, you should be able to do a total cost analysis in less than 5 minutes. If you have an assistant, make sure that you use it as a team. Make sure that you're positioning it well at the point of sale so that by the time the borrower gets it, they're excited about it. Integrate it into your referral partner conversations so that they understand your experience, how you deliver advice. It's not about the technology. It's not about, oh, I got a cool app. It's about, hey, let me show you how I help families. And I love your term, feel safe. Feel safe, informed, and clear. That creates urgency. And at the end of the day, in today's market, there are a lot of great loan officers. There are a lot of great lenders, but not everybody creates clarity at the same level of efficiency. So hopefully you'll get a takeaway from that. If you liked this video, you watched it, like us. You're watching this on YouTube, give us a like. Also, share it. Share it with your team. If you're a branch manager, share it with your branch. If you're a regional, share it with your regional. And hopefully we'll get this shared around the Guaranteed Rate crew. And Michelle, thank you so much for being a great leader in our community and taking time to tell how you share how you're using Mortgage Coach. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Welcome.
Take care. Have a good one.